Hey guys, Billy Epperhard here again, and I want to share something that's really important that every entrepreneur, business owner, ministry leader really needs to know, and that's understanding what I call favor. If you want to call it the favor of God, even the favor of God on someone's life. But there's favor that you can have in doing business, favor you can have in even leading a ministry, favor you can have in building an organization. And so one of the things I think that's important to understand is that favor that comes on our life, really, number one, favor is attracted to a spirit of preparation. If you remember the story in the Bible about the parable of the talents is what it's called, and you remember the master came to one servant and he had observed him and he said, hey, here's 5 talents, now go and make 5 more talents. And he came to the next servant and said, here's two talents. And he said, take those 2 and go make 2 more. And he came to the one servant and he said, here's 1 talent. Go and take that 1 talent and turn it into 2. And most people are familiar with that story as we talk about it. And I want to talk about it in the context of favor. Because the first question I'm always asked is, number one, well, how come one got 5, one got 2, and one got 1? I mean, was God being choosy? And the answer is yes, he was, in the sense of this, that he had evidently already recognized those servants. In other words, he had seen what they'd been doing, and he assumed and looked at the one that he gave the 5 and said, I think this guy can handle 5. And he looked at the one with 2 and said, I think this guy can handle it. He looked at the one with the 1, and I think he probably thought, I don't know this, but I think he probably thought, you know what, I'm going to take a chance here on this guy, and I'm only going to give him 1. Just a small amount. Well, one of the things that people don't understand, because we're talking about favor is attracted to a spirit of preparation. What people don't realize is when the master came back, the one with 5 actually turned it into 5 more. So now he's got 10 talents. And the master said to him, well done, right? He said, man, you did a great job. He said, well done. And then he came to the one with the 2 and he did an inventory to see what he had done. And the one with 2 turned it into 4. Now he's got 4. So now we've got a servant with 10, one with 4. And he comes to the one he gave the 1. And here's what the one said. The one said, he said, Master, I know that you reap where you have not sown. But the one with the 1 said, I went and dug a hole and hid your talent because I know you reap where you don't sow. And he said, now I'm going to give you back what is yours. And we know the master said to him, you know, you're a bad servant. You didn't do what I asked you to do. And so here's what's interesting. The Bible says in the parable that the master took the 1 talent away from him that had the 1, and he gave it to who? He gave it to the one that had 10. So now the one with 10, who originally had 5, now has 11. And the question I have for you as we talk about here that favor is attracted to a spirit of preparation. Evidently for years the one with the 5 had been preparing because the master came and gave him 5. So there was something about him that stood out to the master. Evidently the one with the 2 had done some preparation because there was something that stood out to him. The one with 1 probably didn't because he took and hid it. And here's the question, what did the one now who has 11, what did he do to get that 1? And the answer is nothing. Here's why. Because favor comes to your life in a spirit of preparation. I was reading a passage several years ago, and it was about a king in the Old Testament called Jehoiachin. And as I was studying here, it made the story is that this King Jehoiachin was in captivity to another king. And there was a bunch of kings in captivity with Jehoiachin. And this one king, who was the one that was holding the others in captivity, he reaches down and pulls Jehoiachin up above the other kings. And the Bible tells us that he actually gives him a daily allowance. He gives him a new set of clothes. He lets him eat at his table every day. And as you read that, you wonder why. Why did all of a sudden this king reach down? God's no respecter of persons. And as I studied, I found out, as I looked at the name Jehoiachin, that the word Jehoiachin, the name Jehoiachin, actually means preparation. It actually means preparation. And he was in captivity for 37 years. Wow. So evidently for 37 years, Jehoiachin was doing something. What was he doing? He was preparing. So he's like he's like the one with 5 talents turned into 5 more. And so he was picked up, set above the other kings. So remember this, favor is attracted to a spirit of preparation. That's the reason you're watching these vlogs. That's the reason you follow some of the information that we share and things that we teach and others that are out there. That's probably why you're a reader, you're a learner, because favor comes to a spirit of preparation. So get your antennas up, get your eyes open, get your ears open, because the favor is coming to your life. Hey, this is Billy Epperhart. Thanks for watching this, and we'll see you again on another video. Listen, I want you to know, some people say, how can I follow you? How can I get a hold of you? You can follow us on Facebook at Billy Epperhart. You can follow us on Instagram, also on Twitter. So we're all over the social media universe. Also, you can go to our website, BillyEpperhart.com, and there's all kind of vlogs on there. In addition to that, people have asked, well, how can I get more involved? And one of the things you do when you go to the website, you can click right on the Give Partner button if you want to help us in our endeavors in both of our nonprofits. We have 2. One is called Tricord Global. You can tricordglobal.com, and our Wealth Builders, where we give the financial and educational information. So you can really help us, and we would appreciate you doing that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you later.